As most of you probably already know, I help run the film club at SUNY Oneonta. I am the treasurer right now. And so we just pick random movies pretty much most of the time to watch. With the new Licorice Pizza coming up soon, we decided we were going to watch a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, which I have seen none of. So today, we're going to be talking about Punch Drunk Love. Punch Drunk Love was released in 2002, and it was written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. I knew just about nothing going into this film, quite literally nothing. I didn't even know who was in it. I just knew Adam Sandler was a part of it, and it was written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. No spoilers, the general idea is this man who obviously has some kind of mental deterrent falls in love with this girl, kind of, but in a weird way, and he accidentally gets a credit card scam while calling a pornography phone service, and he has to deal with that while also trying to fall in love with this woman and also collect as many air miles as possible. If you've seen the movie, that made sense to you. If you have not seen the movie, you're very confused right now, and I'm just going to let you be confused until you watch the movie, because that's just kind of how it has to be. And I will tell you that one thing about this movie is that it is not confusing, I think. I was never lost. The first 5 minutes I was a little confused because he's just like walking out of this weird garage. But then I was able to pick it up pretty quick. I was able to pick up, okay, this is exactly what's going on. He obviously has some kind of mental illness of some sort. And so it was kind of interesting to watch that play through. It was kind of cool to learn about that as you go. It does not tell you at any point whatsoever that he has a mental illness of some sort, a mental disorder. It lets you learn to figure that out for yourself. I don't know what disorder it is. I would probably guess he's autistic of some sort, but it definitely was interesting to watch. What I like about this movie a lot is the directing style. The directing style is really, really cool. A lot of it has to do with the music and how it swells and how loud it is, how soft it is, and it really utilizes that a lot. There's this one scene in particular where there's a bunch of characters in a room, they're all talking to him, the phone's ringing constantly, and there's this loud music playing, and he's all calm. And it obviously just shows there's something wrong with him and you don't know what it is. And I loved that. I had a great time viewing that and understanding that and taking time in the film to learn that, because it's a pretty short film. It's only about an hour and a half, and it really did take its time getting to the parts where you learned about what was going on, and you never really understand. There's never a point where he's like, oh yeah, he's autistic. No, he's always he's just a normal human being. He has some issues, sure, but he's normal, and he's falling in love, and he's trying to learn how to do that, because everyone has that issue. Everyone has to learn how to love. Everyone has to learn how to love themselves. And it's so cool to watch this happen. It's particularly with Adam Sandler, who I don't particularly like. I'm not a huge Adam Sandler fan. He's not my kind of comedy. I'm more of a Bill Murray guy. I like some of his music. I like Grown Ups a lot. It's one of my guilty pleasures. So I like that movie. And this one here definitely utilizes Adam Sandler a lot. And we were in Film Club, we were talking about whether or not this is an Adam Sandler movie, and I wholeheartedly think it is an Adam Sandler movie. In terms of the fact that it is just this weird guy playing this weird child in a man's body, and that's pretty much what he did in this film. Actually, if you were to take another Adam Sandler film and put the same music and the same directing style behind it, I'm sure the whole tone of the film would be different, which I think is kind of cool to show that the actor can still be its own caricature, because that's what Adam Sandler is a caricature, and really just utilize it in a way that makes it seem kind of creepy or sad, like this movie does. It's a comedy still. This movie's still very funny, but it has sprinkles of really deep drama, and I like that a lot. I think that the writing and the directing both serve that, and of course Adam Sandler serves it. If Adam Sandler was not here, I can certainly guarantee you this movie would not have been as successful as it was. So I was really impressed with how they utilized him. In terms of Emily Watson, who plays Lena here, didn't love her, didn't hate her, she's fine. I feel like you probably could have put anyone in that position and it would have been okay. But it's the little things, there's little things that in the background of a lot of shots, you'll see her watching Adam Sandler when they don't even know each other yet, and it's kind of cool. Again, that has more to do with PTA than it does with Emily Watson here, but it is cool that her character does that. The characters are pretty well fleshed out. The two main characters in particular are very well fleshed out. The villains are kind of weird and strange, but whatever. It is what it is. There are a couple issues. I do think the pacing gets a little long towards the end. It does kind of get to the point where you're like, okay, let's wrap it up. And you feel like you want it to wrap up. You're ready for it to be done. and Paul Thomas Anderson, PTA, is like, okay, cool, and then he wraps it up, and that's literally the whole movie, and I like it like that. It was good, it was heartwarming, it was fun, and I had a really good time watching it. I hope you guys have watched it, and if you haven't, I think you should check it out. Is it one of my favorite films of all time? Absolutely not, I don't think it is, but do I like it? I do, I really do. So I'm gonna go ahead and give Punch Drunk Love an A. Have you guys seen Punch Drunk Love? Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought about it. I certainly did enjoy myself watching it, and I will watch it again at some point in the future. Probably not in the near future, but in the future I will. I'll revisit it. I feel like if you were to get drunk watching this, it probably would be fun, so maybe that's what I'll do when I turn 21. But definitely check it out if you have not. Please consider subscribing. We just hit 200 recently. I haven't figured out what I'm doing when I hit 250 yet. Put comments down below what you think I should do when I hit 250 to celebrate. But yeah, consider subscribing anyway, because you get content like this all the time. I upload at least 3 times a week. More recently, it's been 4 or 5 times a week, so definitely consider subscribing if you want to see more of this. And as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.